Are chilling new details tonight following what police say was the premeditated murder of the CEO of UnitedHealthcare on the busy streets of midtown Manhattan early today. A warning, the images we're about to show you are graphic and you may find them upsetting. Surveillance video capturing the moment Brian Thompson was approached from behind by the shooter, his outstretched arms leveling a handgun at the victim's back. Police say Thompson was shot at least twice. The Minnesota man was pronounced dead at the hospital. The suspect taking off on an e-bike and remains at large. Thompson's wife telling NBC News her husband had recently received threats, but police say the motive for the attack is unknown. The brazen murder taking place only a few blocks from where thousands are gathered tonight for the Christmas tree lighting at Rockefeller Plaza. Police promising there will be high security. Stephanie Gosk joins us now from the crime scene. Stephanie, what more do we know tonight?
Well, Lester, Brian Thompson was walking down this city block at roughly 6:30 this morning. He was expected to speak an hour and a half later at UnitedHealthcare's conference here at the Hilton Hotel. He never made it. Tonight in New York City, a manhunt is underway and a shooter is on the loose.
It was a brazen attack on the busy streets of midtown Manhattan, just as the workday was beginning. The NYPD says the gunman was laying in wait for UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
Every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
NBC News obtained this video from a law enforcement official briefed on the investigation. According to police, Thompson was shot in the back and in the leg.
At the scene, we recover 3 live 9mm rounds and 3 discharged 9mm shell casings. The motive for this murder currently is unknown.
Emergency responders couldn't save the 50-year-old father of 2, who was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The Minnesota native was in town for a UnitedHealthcare conference being held at the Hilton Hotel. Police say at 6:44 a.m., Thompson was walking to the Hilton from a different hotel where he was staying. The shooter, wearing a black ski mask and hoodie, was already there, according to the NYPD, arriving minutes before. He stepped out from behind a car and started shooting, walking and firing multiple times. At one point, the gun appeared to jam.
It does seem that he's proficient in the use of firearms, as he was able to clear the malfunctions pretty quickly.
The NYPD says at 6:48, officers arrived at the scene, but the gunman had already fled. An eyewitness watched it happen.
And I saw him after he shot him. He ran across the street this way. I tried to take a picture, but it's too far away. It's not that clear.
According to the NYPD, the shooter took off through an alley, grabbing an e-bike and riding it into Central Park, which at that time was filled with morning runners and walkers. That's when the timeline police are publicly sharing ends.
The full investigative efforts of the New York City Police Department are well underway, and we will not rest until we identify and apprehend the shooter in this case.
A law enforcement source briefed on the investigation tells NBC News these photos were taken before the shooting.
We are seeking information from the public to help identify the shooter. As the commissioner said, we have upped the reward up to $10,000 for information.
In Minnesota, Thompson's wife and family in shock.
Brian was a wonderful person with a big heart and who lived life to the fullest. He will be greatly missed by everybody. Our hearts are broken and we are completely devastated by this news.
In a separate phone conversation with NBC News, his wife expressed some concern. There had been some threats, basically. I don't know. A lack of coverage, she said, adding, I don't know the details. I just know that he said there were some people that had been threatening him. Despite the threats, she says her husband did not change his travel habits. Today, the head of pharmaceutical company Eli Lilly spoke out about the shooting.
I mean, it's shocking. Yeah. He was assassinated, essentially, in the street going to his investor conference.
UnitedHealthcare is the largest private health insurer in the country, part of United Health Group. In a statement, a spokesperson writes in part, "We are deeply saddened and shocked at the passing of our dear friend and colleague." The company says it is working closely with the NYPD. The scheduled conference has been canceled. Tonight, just blocks away from where the shooting took place, the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree will be lit in the annual celebration. an event that is always tightly secured by the NYPD. Officials assuring the public there will be a massive presence there tonight.
This is a terrible event, but we're going to go on, and people are going to enjoy the tree lighting tonight.
And Stephanie, in the video, we can see Brian Thompson walking alone before the attack occurs, and there doesn't appear to be security personnel with him. What do we know about that?
Well, Lester, a recent stockholder report from UnitedHealth Group doesn't suggest that they provide that security for their executives. Other insurance companies, Cigna and Humana, in their reports to stockholders, suggest that they do.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.